Hello everyone, this is Charlie Barley. Guys, this is a quick video, a PSA if you will, on why you do not want to play multiple tables. All right, and this is like the third person this week who actually does this, if not probably more of you, but I'm gonna tell you guys why you can, but why you also shouldn't. All right, so when you're playing multiple tables, you're introducing new sets of anomalies. So let's imagine the game of basketball. Imagine if you were playing on 4 different courts all in one day. Do you think you'd be more exhausted? Do you think you'd be more depleted? Do you think it would take more energy than playing on one court? Because you know, when you're playing basketball on one court, you're going to have timeouts, right? You're going to have halftime, timeouts, and stuff like that. And the reason for those timeouts is because the score, the variance, could change, meaning you could lose in the middle of a game. But if you lose, let's say you go down by halftime 20 points. If you go to another court, that's another game. And the very same way you lost minus 20 by half on this court, you could lose it on another court just by going on to the other court. It's another game. So what you've got to understand though, guys, if you're going to go to other games, it's like playing another game. So if you end up going down as a result of going to another game, then in order to redeem what you lost, you got to continue to play that game. Because otherwise, it's almost like playing on 4 different courts in the 2 hours. It's 4 different games. So you got to think about a game, guys. Like all games, even most games we play, except for the casino, they have time limits and rules and lockout periods, like halftime, the coaches' timeouts and stuff like that. The reason for that is because the scorers can get away. And if you don't implement those stop losses, right, things could get out of hand in any game. I don't know why some of you don't think that can happen here, but that goes in any game you play. Doesn't matter what the game is. It's going to happen, right? But for whatever reason, people don't think it's supposed to happen here. And it happens all the time. But what happens is that when you think of going to other tables, you're repeating. You're starting afresh, an entirely new set of anomalies. So, for example, I'll give you this and we'll be done. Just imagine like if let's say if you're on one game and the shoe was streaking. All right. And it was streaking. Well, what that means is that eventually it's going to stop streaking. Right. But if you're playing, say, for example, against the streak and it continued to streaking. So you say, I'm going to jump to another table because in the other table, it's probably not going to be streaking. But you go to that other table and it's streaking. You know why that other table's streaking? It's because it's another table. It's a different set of anomaly. So you would have to finish or be patient and call either timeout or just wait for where you are to stop. Or if you should stop on that table, if you go to another table and you should lose, eventually you're going to have to make up for it. So that's one of the reasons why if you're going to jump table to table, it's like playing game. That's one of the It's really honestly gambling, because really technically, unless you have bankrolls and time to manage all 4 of those games or 5 or whatever the amount was, some guys were doing 2 tables and it's like, no, it doesn't matter. 2 tables are 2 sets of anomalies. All right. Listen how this works in this business, guys. The money is your ledger. Okay. It's not about speed, because we could always wager higher. So you don't have to be in a rush for anything. So you got to unlearn this ideology of gambling. because we have an amazing apparatus, what we've got with this software. But if you gamble, it's not going to matter. So some of these things are innocent, like going to different tables, but I don't think you guys understand the mathematics behind it. What happens from a perspective of anomalies and randomness when you go table to table to table. You're introducing, it's just like going, like you go into a gym and then there's 4 basketball courts and you're jumping from court to court to court trying to score a basket. You got to finish the game you're at. Finish that game and master the game or the court you're on. It's going to cost less. It's going to be less exhaustive. But just like any game, you got to realize in this business, you're in a game. This is a game. It's just like business too. You still have to be patient. All things, even in business, it's just called business, but it's ran like a game. Customers come, customers go. Profits come, profits go. Ups, downs. Just like a game. You lose, you win. You lose, you win. In this game, you have a lot more control, but they've convinced you of how not to think of the control that you have. And this is why I'm coming here and saying, hey, let's not blow this, guys. If we can get rid of the gambling, the numbers, like we're at 10,000 now. We're going to continue to rise, but a lot of the behavior that you're carrying with you, you've got to cease because we're not gambling here. You got to get rid of that. So it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you're unaware. When you're joining multiple tables, if you don't have the bankroll and the time to manage those games, they're all individual games, all right? You're subject to losing all 4 and all 5 and all 3 and all 2. Okay, so that was like the third person who did that. I wanted to just stop by. I thought this was a really, really good lesson. Hopefully it wasn't too long. It was just a little bit under 8 minutes. And hopefully it was something that you've learned that maybe you didn't learn. I actually have another video that I'm going to be posting, and it's talking about if you follow these things, you can become a professional. And one of the things I don't think a lot of folk understand is how to be a professional here. Like, what are the things that you would need to know to be a professional trader doing this, not a gambler? Because I think a lot of times we don't know what we should be knowing in order to be great at what we do. Like, what made me understand the things that I understand to even get to the point of even prompting this? Like, what is it that I know and what can I do or what can I tell you or show you to help you get good at this? Because we have a huge advantage in this software, but if you don't understand how to, or some of the most important key things that you need to know as a trader to be professional at this, where you don't have to have lockout periods and stuff, you just understand the business of it, you can be even greater. And I'm gonna go over those things in the next video. So watch out for that next video. Kudos to everybody who's continuing to do this, doing great. The numbers are steadily improving. And know this, guys, it's a business. So again, you're not, everyone's not, I mean, most people are actually doing good. It's just that there are times, guys, you're going to have variance. All businesses work that way. All right. You're not going to be in profit all the time. All right. There are going to be days where you won't be. Hate to spoiler alert, right? Like, it's just like playing basketball. Imagine going to a basketball game and a coach telling you, hey, now, we're not going to be ahead every quarter. There's going to be some quarters we're going to be down. Would that be a shock to you? Or you'd be like, no way, we're expecting to win every quarter. No. Or if the coach said at the beginning of the season, now, we're going to lose maybe a few of these games. These days, we're going to go a week or two. We're going to hit slumps. But we're going to probably finish in the playoffs, if not greater. But we're going to have a slump somewhere. It's a part of the game. What happens is that gambler side of us wants this expectation that is unreal. And the only thing is real are numbers. We have the numbers and the best timing. We do, but you can't gamble. Gambling is not going to work, period. All right. So this is what I'm going to do, is just try and help us get away from the gambling, continue to develop this system, make it greater, tighter, and stronger so that we can make some money in the next year before all this changes. With that said, shadowmaxtrading.com. Stop gambling, start trading. This is Charlie Barley. Until the next time, take care.